Hey scholars, how are you doing today? Well, I am doing just fine. I'm happy to be here with you for lesson 8 of module 5, fluency and application problem. For fluency, you will not need any materials because we're going to work on counting again. But for application problem, you will need a piece of paper and pencil. If you already have it, go ahead and slide it to the side because we're going to go ahead and get started with our fluency practice. We're only going to do one for today. So let's get started. All right. So we're going to work on adding 5 more. What's going to happen is you will see a number pop up on my screen. And when I snap, you would tell me 5 more than the number that's shown. I'm going to do the first one with you. I see the number 0. And now in my head, I need to think of what is 5 more than 0. And then when I snap, I will say my answer is 5. You don't have to say the whole sentence, you can just say the number. And there you go. Let's do the next one together. I see the number 10. In my head, I'm thinking, what's 5 more than 10? 15. Now you're going to do the rest by yourself. 25. 35. 10. 20. 30. All right, that's all for our fluency this morning. So if you had that piece of paper and pencil, you can go ahead and slide that back over because we're going to move on to our application problem. All right. Here is our application problem for today, and it says Peter and Fran each have an equal number of pattern blocks. There are 12 pattern blocks altogether. How many pattern blocks does Fran have? Now today, instead of using our cube strategy, we're just going to work this one out together. So we're going to do the read, draw, write. So I already read it to you once, and I'm going to read it to you one more time. And as I read it, you can go ahead and you can begin solving. But if you like to wait on me, that is perfectly fine as well. Peter and Fran each have an equal number of pattern blocks. That word equal tells me that they have the same amount or the same number of pattern blocks. So I got to keep that in mind when I solve. There are 12 pattern blocks all together. How many pattern blocks does Fran have? All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to solve it together. So I know that my labels will be Peter and Fran because those are the two people that have pattern blocks. Instead of writing the whole name out, I'm just going to write Peter and Fran. And I actually want to do a tape diagram. So let me go ahead and draw that. Now, does it tell me how many pattern blocks Peter has or how many Fran has? No, it doesn't give me a number. It tells me that they have an equal number of pattern blocks. It doesn't tell me how many Peter has or how many Fran has. But if I read my next sentence, there are 12 pattern blocks all together. Do you think they'll be a part or a whole? I know some of you guys might think it's a part, but it's actually going to be a whole because of the word all together. That tells me that they both have 12 when they add their blocks together. So what I'm going to do is with my tape diagram, I'm going to draw my arms here. And I'm going to write 12 right here in the middle because I know that it's how many they both have together. Now they have an equal number. I know my double stack. So I know if I have my double stack, I know my double stack. So that means I have to have the same number that equals 12. And I know that 6 plus 6 equals 12. So let me double check my drawing. So what if Peter has 6? 1, 2, 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If Peter has 6, how many does Fran need to have as well? She needs to have 6 because there's supposed to be an equal number of pattern blocks. I'm going to count on to make sure that it'll equal 12. So I know if Peter has 6, this makes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if it helps you out, you can go ahead and label frames just to make sure that she has the same amount as here. Now, what number sentence did I use to help me solve for how many frames? Well, I know Peter has 6. I want to know how many they have. Or they had it all together, they had 12. And then I know I want to do addition. I want to do addition. I know they had 12. So let's go back to my picture. I know Fran has 6. So 6 plus 6 equals 12. Because they both have the same number of blocks. Peter has 6. Fran has 6. And it equals 12. So now let's go ahead and we're going to write our statement to answer our question. How many pattern blocks does Fran have? What do you think I'm going to write down here? Let's start off with Fran. So Fran has, how many blocks does she have? 6 pattern blocks. Don't forget the period at the end. And there we go. We just solved our problem all together. I hope you enjoyed this video. And you can tune in to Ms. Schneider for the rest of your lesson. See you tomorrow.